What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the F1 24 My Team Career Mode video. Possibly the last time I'm going to say that, as we're in Vegas for the Season 2 finale of this, well, career mode, basically. It's the same thing, isn't it? It's what I just said a minute ago. But here we go, Q1. We're going to do all Q1, Q2, and Q3. And today's goal is, first, you need to make sure you've seen the rest of the episode before watching this one, because I am going to spoil, well, everything up to this point in just a few seconds. So, now that you're all caught up and you're back in the video, yeah, we have already wrapped up the Drivers' Championship, P1. Thank you very much. Job well done there. Now, it's all about the Constructors. And we've really got to make sure we maximize everything, because we got massively deep there in towards one of the first corners of Sector 2. Perez getting awkwardly in the way on the racing lines. We maybe bumped the wall there a little bit on exit. Give Perez a little bit of a hand gesture to show our frustration potentially. And yeah, Vegas. I wanted to end this season in Vegas right from the start, and it could be a race to end on that is an absolute banger. But we're gonna have to wait and find out. We are in Quali 1 currently, down possibly the most boring straight in Formula 1 in qualifying. It's way too long for quali. In the race, crazy. Quali, boring. But this lap's been all but boring, with Perez potentially impeding us in sort of the very start of Sector 2, as we're going to now cross the line for a 1:31.4. And if you're new around here, a cheeky subscribe as well. But Q2, this is where it kind of, yeah, I mean, all qualifying sessions matter more than others, but if we get through to Q3, we're in a really good position. In Q2 and Q1, you're really in trouble, really. But luckily, no car ahead of us at the moment. There is, I think, an Aston Martin and a Mercedes very close behind us here, but so far a pretty tidy lap as we actually nudge the wall on exit of turn 3. And now spot your braking point here and try and get the car lined up nicely, as we didn't do in Q1. But this time around, it is a little bit tidier for us. No Red Bull on the racing line there as we nudge the wall again. And now we've just got to use all the battery basically until the end of the lap. Not a hard corner coming up here. Brake just as you see the bridge sort of going by. I was a bit cautious there, just because, yeah, this lap really matters. Aston Martin right behind us. He's going to get a nice slipstream down towards the last kind of complex of corners of the lap. But DRS open about halfway down the straight, which if it was any earlier in the straight, we would have an engine on fire, I think. But pretty tidy through there. A little bit unsettled on the car as we rode the curb a little bit too much there. Oscar Piastri goes fastest with a 1:31.0. What can we do here? We're rounding the final corner now to cross the line with a 1:31.2. Just a couple tenths off the pace, but then George Russell, obviously getting that slipstream from us there, really took that fight to Piastri in the end. But we're through into Q3, and now's the time when we have to perform. We can't nudge the barrier, we can't have people in our way, so we're out on a lap all by ourselves. The track is ours and no one else's. What can we do? And what can we get ourselves up to in terms of positions on the grid for the final race of the season? A very nice apex and exit there to finish Sector 1. Much nicer apex there and here as well, riding the curbs perfectly. What can we do throughout the rest of the lap? Right on track limits there in second gear to sort of end that sort of complex of corners. I don't know what to call them really, because it's like turns 4, 5 and 6, I think. But yeah, it's complex of corners because it's a bit complex. But now is not the complex bit, it's the simplest bit. I feel like I'm starting to hate this straight. I don't know, maybe you guys can tell me if you hate it as well, but it's just too long. Put a chicane in the middle somewhere. That'll spice it up a bit, but down in towards the last couple of corners, they're nudging the wall again. but this time a pretty decent exit, no upsetting of the car over the curbs. And now draining the last bits of battery that we have up to the line for a 1:30.6. Just behind our teammate Leclerc, and Leclerc himself was behind Verstappen at the time, but where did everyone finish up? Charles Leclerc get in there with pole position at 1:30.2, followed by Max Verstappen, who might not have improved on his lap that we saw on the board in Q3. Then ourselves in P3, followed by Sainz, Perez, Russell, Stroll, Piastri, Gasly down in 9th, and then Hamilton, Ricciardo, Lando Norris, that's crucial in the Ferrari, outside of the top 10, then Alexander Albon, Teo Pourchaire, Fernando Alonso, Dennis Hauger, Zhou Guanyu, Kevin Magnussen, Yuki Tsunoda, Logan Sargent, and the wooden spoon is Nico Hülkenberg and Esteban Ocon with a penalty. So, yeah, a little bit better from Kick Sauber this time, but crucial.
Okay, mate, final day of the season. Everybody in this entire team has worked incredibly hard to give us the chance to get a good result today. I need you to do your bit and go out there and bring it home for us.
But yeah, it was crucial that Leclerc got pole there. We're still trying to get him second in the championship. He's got a very good chance of taking it today with the likes of Norris further down the order. It's going to be a hard medium strategy. It might have been a bit quick for you guys to see, but all the lights are on. We're on the hards. And the lights are out now for the final race of Season 2. A lot of wheel spin off the start. Leclerc, absolute flyer. As we go around the outside of Verstappen, but there's nothing doing there with him on medium tyres. He's just got far too much grip right now for us to kind of compete. As you can just see how they're launching off these corners and getting the traction they need. Carlos Sainz right behind us. Again, for the constructors, it's crucial we keep the Ferraris as far away from us and our teammate as possible. As now Verstappen going around the outside of Leclerc, which turns to the inside for turn 4. And then the inside again. These guys are going to be side by side and extremely slow, which is going to put me in the clutches of Carlos Sainz, who is just behind. I'm looking to see if I can get side by side to kind of capitalize on this battle ahead, but there's just nothing doing there. But thankfully, we're already on lap 2, and we're going to have DRS down this main straight. By we, I mean Leclerc and I will both have DRS on Max Verstappen ahead, who's not going to have any himself as he's in the lead. If you know, you know, Will Buxton. Sainz is looking a bit close behind us, but with a bit of battery burn, again, we do have the best engine in the field. Just look at that with a pull away from Sainz behind. Leclerc gets the lead. We go down the inside of Max Verstappen, give him room on the exit as he gives us some room on the inside there as well. And that was an overtake to save and subscribe to. I'm gonna not say subscribe for the rest of the video now, but Charles Leclerc safely in the lead, just over a second ahead actually, which is going to put us in danger of Sainz and Verstappen behind if we can't get the DRS back. But I think we managed it. Yes, we did. And now we need to just stick with our teammate and maybe not stay so close to him that we're definitely going to overtake him down the very long straight towards the end of the lap. My main thing is here, don't let the guys behind get ahead of Leclerc. If I can keep Leclerc in the lead of this race or somewhere close to it, then we're gonna be it's all gravy. You know, we're sorted. There's no way that anyone can beat us, because if we take the most points out of any team here today, then we take the constructors, no questions asked. And I'm pretty confident with my strategy, the hard medium, we're going to do really quite well. I wouldn't be surprised if we win at all. I'm concerned about Leclerc. If he gets caught up battling and gets undercut or overcut, then it's a big problem for us, as now we're actually going to share with our teammate to get away or even further away from those behind. Max Verstappen trailing us by 2 seconds as we go a little bit deep there. And yeah, that's not really going to help our teammate out if we've just overtaken him and immediately made a bit of a consistency error. But so far so good. Fastest lap as well, thanks to that DRS and ERS abuse. Whereas we have a massive slide through turn 1. Not sure what that was, but it clearly was an unhappy car, maybe our car wants Leclerc to win as well, and he just wants us to be in the wall if we're in the lead. But now moving on to lap 9, pretty much everyone has boxed. There's actually a few behind us that haven't. Gasly, Russell, Norris and Perez are included in that, as our teammate seems to be leaving the pit lane now and joining the pack somewhere behind us. I'm trying to locate him on the little track map behind. But it's our time to push. We need to kind of go with Leclerc. We need Leclerc to kind of undercut us a bit. Charles Leclerc is not in for his stop now, Mark. He's been in and he's left. He's already gone. He's already finished Sector 1. But yeah, we need to undercut us slightly and then try and overcut in some way to stay with him. He's on the hards now, so his hard will be fresher than ours, and yeah, there's not going to be much wear on his at all. He should be faster, but also we're in hot lap mode, so our straight line speed towards the end of a straight is going to be much greater than Leclerc's, because I think that AI will just leave it on medium, and that will just harvest towards the end of the straight, and it kind of slows them down a bit. But we're doing pretty well. 2 personal bests in this lap, and that is also not a personal best. Obviously there's no DRS for us on that lap, but we're doing pretty well. I think Gasly, Norris, Russell and Perez are all going to pit at the end of this lap, and then we'll see the true gap to our teammate once he gets past everybody, as he's coming around the final corner now and crossing the line. So he is 20 seconds roughly behind us, and Verstappen's a couple of seconds behind him. So yeah, it's currently saying we'll come out of the pits and we'll be in second. So I think we're going to box at the end of this lap and see what we can do. Try and keep Verstappen outside of DRS, because that's crucial. If Leclerc and I can run away, easy game. You know what I mean? Move on to F1 25, which is what we will be doing in a few days. And yeah, you want to be here for that. And that is pretty much it. That strategy. Go quick. Win race. Do good. Drive car. DRS open. Press pit and confirm, whatever they say in the actual F1. But yeah, very simple goal today. Very, very simple. Not as complex as it has been before, but that is what we want for the last race in the season. So now we're going to peel into the pit lane. Looks like Sainz and Verstappen might be having a little bit of a ding-dong towards the end of that straight. We're taking it a bit cautious into the pit lane. No need to risk a penalty. But it does look like Sainz might be going for a move on Verstappen. At times they're looking very close to each other. But maybe Sainz is just tucked in behind for now. So Leclerc is just about to go through the final corner as we speak now. Decent stop from the team. Off the pit limiter now. We do have fresher tyres. Leclerc is just behind us. Maybe by a couple of seconds by the time we got our tyres up to temperature. Let's have a look and see if he's within touching distance. Not quite, but he is now that we've moved on to lap 12. Which, yeah, we're in hot lap mode now. We've saved a bit of battery. Leclerc was all over us there though for some reason.
And some information on Leclerc. Okay, they're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
And it seems like Leclerc has actually pushed a little bit too hard there, because, yeah, there's something's happened to his car, as Mark has just let us know, which now makes me a bit concerned about Verstappen and co, who are a few seconds behind Leclerc, about 5 seconds, which should be okay. There's 4 laps left in this race. But I do want to give Leclerc the DRS. I'm going to turn off my ERS now and potentially lift off, just to give Leclerc that little DRS help down this straight. And then, if needed, I could turn the battery back on. But even with the DRS, he's really not making that much of an impression at all, which kind of highlights the issues that Leclerc must be facing. But as we move down this straight, you'll see in the top left, we're on lap 18 of lap 18. Verstappen has caught Leclerc massively. They are within touching distance, but we are out in front by 9 seconds with a bit of a slide there as well. We're going for fastest lap and really pushing. Our best is a 1:31.490. Looks like Leclerc's held on as we take the win in Las Vegas for the final race of the season.
Oh, superb driving. That is the race win, my friend. Well done.
Yeah, just want to see where Leclerc came, really, to be honest. Esteban Ocon takes driver of the day, but a decent strategy and race by ourselves.
That's it then, they've taken the win here as we wrap up another fantastic Formula One season.
Wait, does he mean the constructors or the race?
Well, great victory today for the final race of the season, and you take that energy with you through the end of the year, through the winter break, and it's important because your team lives off of that. You want them to deliver you the best possible car for the start of next season's campaign.
And next game's campaign.
Well, what a thrilling end to an incredible Grand Prix weekend. Our top 3 finishers should be incredibly happy with what they were able to achieve out there today.
Yeah, I mean, a 1-2 finish in the race. I'm going to hope it's a 1-2 finish in the championship for the drivers. And I'm also going to hope that it's a first in the constructors, which is going to be quite an achievement for us in our second season in my team. And yeah, we can just take that into F125, see what partnerships we can bring in and how we can perform for new regulations and a whole new season.
So let's celebrate the end of the season, but I know a lot of you will be very sad out there thinking, what are you going to do without Formula One? Don't worry, folks, it'll be back before you know it. We'll see you next year.
You won't see us next year, Crofty. You'll see us in the next couple of days because, as I said, F125 is coming out very, very shortly. And let's just run through the table very quick. So we got first Leclerc, second Sainz, Verstappen, Gasly, Norris, Russell, Perez, Piastri, Hamilton, Alonso, Ocon, Ricciardo, Hauger, Albon, Tsunoda, Zhou Guanyu, Pourchaire, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, Sargent and Stroll, who DNF. But nothing really happened at all. So driver standings, we did get that 1-2. Charles Leclerc beating out Max Verstappen for that second spot in the Drivers' Championship. To Ferraris down in 4th and 5th as well. Constructors, we did get that in the end as well, beating Ferrari by 37 points. Completely turning it around from a few races ago when we were 20 points behind. But really, nothing to complain about at all. The highlights of this particular race are here for you now. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to F125. I think, from what I've heard, there's a bit of an evolution of this game's handling in F125. I hope there's a little bit that's a bit different, just to kind of keep it a bit fresh, make it a bit better. By better, I don't know what it is necessarily. I don't think I'm that experienced to talk about it in terms of sort of, oh, I want this, I want that, you know. I just want the game to be fun and entertaining, just like I want these videos to be fun and entertaining, not just for me, for you guys too. And if you did enjoy it, leave a like. You know how it all works. Buzzwords. That one I said I'm not going to say anymore for the rest of this video. And yeah, join us again in a few days for F125. We're probably going to do another My Team, but we'll see what the story is when I get into the game and figure out how everything works and what I'm doing. But yeah, let me know what you guys think we could do, because I know some of you guys will probably know more about the game than I do at this point. But I'll leave it there, and I'll catch you all in a few days for possibly a part 0 of F125.